Yes. So okay. So namaste. Good evening to all. This webinar, I'm going to help you with NEET exam day guidelines. As we all know, we have exam day after tomorrow, right? So it is very important for us to understand what all things we should take care on the exam day. What are the guidelines set up by the NTA, so you can write your exam very smoothly. Okay. So what all topic we are going to do? We are going to cover reporting time at the exam center, what to carry and what not, what is the dress code for the exam center. We'll be discussing about the question booklet do's and don'ts and OMR Seat do's and don'ts. We'll be discussing about the OMR marking techniques as well. Generally, we have seen many students, they make the mistakes in the exams during marking the OMR Seat. So this is a very important topic. We'll be discussing about that as well. Exam pattern, I think most of the people are aware. We'll be just discussing in short, but since there is no change in the exam pattern this year, exam pattern most of the people are aware. What all documents to carry during the exam center? What all things you need to carry? We'll be discussing about those. COVID protocols and exam center procedure and protocols. Okay. So I have divided this seminar. I have divided this webinar in 4 different parts. We'll be discussing first about the admit card. Then we'll be discussing about the question booklet, do's and don'ts. Then we'll be discussing about the OMR Seat. And after that, we'll be discussing about what just after the exam. Okay. So let us discuss first about the NEET exam admit card. So as you all have your admit card with you. I'm sure you would have taken the printout as well. So admit card is having total 4 pages, page 1 to page 4. Okay, total 4 pages are there. Now, how many prints you need to carry in the exam hall? So I would suggest at least 3 to 4 copies you have, but NTA said at least 2 copies. So NTA said 2 copies. There is one recent guidelines by the NTA yesterday has come where they said minimum 2 printout of the admit card you need to carry. Okay. But my suggestion is at least carry 3 to 4 printout with you. If they allow you only 2, if they allow only 2 in the exam hall, carry 2. But at least keep some extra copies of admit card with you. That is very, very important. Okay. Now, first 2 pages of this admit card are very, very important. Remaining 2 pages are just some instructions. It is not important to carry, but first 2 pages are very important to carry. Other 2 pages only just the instructions. Okay, so candidate, in this admit card, the first page will be having the candidate details and the self declaration for the COVID-19. So we will be having the candidate details and the center details and the COVID declaration form. The second page will be having the postcard size photo. We need to put the postcard size photo. Then there's some signs also I'll be explaining in detail. I'll be explaining each and every page in detail. So there is no ambiguity. There is no confusion in the minds of parents and students. So second page is postcard size photo. Third page and fourth page is only, third page is instructions for the candidate and fourth page is COVID advisory. Okay. So I have taken one sample admit card of a student. I have hidden all the major details. So there is no personal details will not be revealed. So this is the admit card of the 2022. Okay. So the first thing what you need to do is basically after getting your admit card, make sure each and every detail check 2 to 3 times. For example, your name, whether your name is perfect or not, your name is matching the ID card or not. That is very, very important. Your father's name is matching your ID card or not. Your gender, your date of birth, your category, your state of, so, and there's one more column which is called a state of eligibility. Nothing to worry about this. For example, this student at the time of applying, he has applied as a Karnataka as a home state. That is the reason it is showing state of eligibility. But during the NEET counseling, even if you put state of eligibility is Karnataka, doesn't matter. You can apply to the multiple state also if you are applicable, if you are able to satisfy the counseling criteria, the eligibility criteria for the respective state. So state of eligibility is just the data which you gave during the NEET application form. So this doesn't matter. Then person with disability, if someone is having that physical disability, then this column yes or no, you should check it very carefully. And if scribe is required, so scribe is the person who is going to accompany. If someone is having the someone belong to the PWD category, then they have this facility of opting for the scribe. So all these details are very all these details are very important. Before going for the exam, or still you have the time, you just check these details. We have seen in the past many of the candidates had mistakes in this details. There were some mistakes, sometimes the mistakes by the candidate, sometimes the mistake by the NTA as well. So if we are able to find any mistake, any mistake in this admit card, immediately we can drop a mail to the NTA and we can carry that acknowledgement letter with us in the exam hall. So nobody will stop you to write the exam. Okay. So check this hall ticket first page details very importantly. Okay. So if any mistakes, we can drop a mail to the NTA and we can carry that mail copy during the exam center at the exam center. So they will allow you to write the exam at least. Okay. So this point is clear. You can check your photographs as well, but the photograph is same. There is no mistake. Sometimes we have seen there was some misplace of the photographs as well. And at last moment, when someone had to drop a mail to the NTA and then NTA again change the photographs. So photographs also should be the same. Then very important, the question paper medium. So what medium you have selected during the application form, same medium will come. If there any mistake in that as well. For example, you have opted for the English, and if it is by mistake has come some other mode, so you immediately need to drop a mail to the NTA about this as well. If there is a mistake, so they will correct that mistake, and in the exam hall you will get the same mode of question paper. Whatever is mentioned in this, if you're not, the same question paper they'll be giving you. So this is very important thing to take care. Then we can see there's a reporting time, which is very important factors to see. The reporting time for each and every student is different. For example, the reporting time for this particular student is at 11 a.m. Exam is starting at 2 p.m. but reporting time is starting right from the morning 11 a.m. So there are different reporting time for each and everyone. Someone need to report at 11, someone need to report at 11:30, someone need to report at 12 o'clock, someone need to report at 12:30, 1 o'clock, and 1:30 is the last closing date. At 1:30 the gates will be closed. After 1:30 p.m. nobody will be allowed in the exam hall. So reporting time, you need to reach to the center according to reporting time given in your hall ticket. For example, for this particular student, reporting time is 11 a.m. So that particular student need to be there at the exam center sharp at 11 a.m. because they will allow, they have given this reporting time in the batch wise. Due to this COVID-19, due to the COVID situation, they do not want to gather the crowd. They do not want to gather the crowd. Because of this, the reporting time is different for each and everyone. So you need to follow this reporting time. Reporting time, whatever is given in the exam, your admit card, at the same time you need to report. Closing date, gate closing time will be 1:30. After 1:30, nobody will be allowed. We have seen multiple examples last year as well, where some of the people, they got late only by 1 or 2 minutes, but still the center authorities, they did not allow them to write the exam. So punctuality is very important. Even 1 minute late or 2 minutes late also, you will not be allowed to enter in the exam hall. So reaching on the right time in the exam hall is very important. Okay. As we all know, this extra 20 minutes till last year, there was exam time was from 2 to 5 p.m. But now we have extra time of 20 minutes because we got extra 20 question as well. And because of the same, we have the extra time. So exam time will be there from 2 p.m. to 5:20. Okay. Test center number, the test center name, and there are 3 details. So we have total 3 details: test center number, test center name, and test center address. So test center number, you need to fill this in the OMR Seat, I think. And the test center name and test center address is very important. For example, for this particular student, the test center name is the Chaitanya Techno School, but we can see we have sometimes many centers with the same name. For example, Sri Chaitanya Techno Schools may have the multiple centers, right? So it is very important to see not only the school name, we need to see the complete address as well. We have seen even in some same area, there are same school with 2 different names. So address is very important. Make sure you note down this address very carefully. Try to search in Google. And if it is possible for you, or it is possible for the parents, at least maybe students will be studying, they'll be revising at the last moment, but it is possible for the parents at least go and check the exam center 1 day in advance. So there is no ambiguity at the last day. So this is one of the best practice can be followed by the parents, where they go to the exam center 1 day before the exam and they make sure this is the same exam center which they have which they have in their hall ticket. So this was very, very important point. So the first page of the admit card is very, very clear. Okay. Now in the same page, first page, that was the first 50%, and balance 50% will be days. There'll be one self-declaration by the COVID-19 positive student or any student who has come to the close contact with any COVID-19 patient. So you need to fill this self-declaration form. There might be some cases where the people may say ki, yes, they are having some COVID symptoms, or the report was positive, for example, or they have any family members at the home, those who are having COVID, those who are COVID positive. In that case, NTA is not going to. So even we got one case in the afternoon where the one parent said, they have some kind of similar symptom. The student is having the symptom, and one mother is COVID positive. So then immediately we checked with some of the senior person who is managing the NEET exam centers in Bangalore. I personally checked this with the particular official, and they said nobody will be stopped writing the exam if someone is having the COVID symptom. In that case, they can fill this declaration, they can put this, whatever symptom they have, they can put this as a yes, and they'll be given a separate hall, a separate classroom to write the exam, but they will not be stopped to write the exam. So you will be getting one separate hall for writing the exam. They'll give you one separate classroom for the writing the exam. That arrangement they're going to do, but they're not going to stop you from the writing the exam if you're COVID positive or if you were in close contact with any COVID positive patient. Okay. So you need to fill this. If you do not have any of the symptoms, then you should ignore then you should ignore this. Only if you have this kind of symptoms, then only you need to fill this. For example, if you have traveled in some other country, other cities in last 14 days time, then in that case you need to fill those details as well, from in which country you have traveled, which country or which city. Then we have candidate photo. We need to put the same photo what you gave for the NEET application form in the first box. Then we need to put the candidate left hand thumb impression, a very clear cut thumb impression in the second box, and the candidate parent signature on the third box, and candidate signature at the last fourth box. They need to sign only in the exam hall. So first three box they need to sign before going to the exam hall. For example, the first three box you can get the sign even now or even tomorrow before going to the exam hall. So candidate photo, left hand thumb impression you can put now or tomorrow before going to exam hall. Candidate parent signature, you need to get it. Parent signature is also very, very important. So any of the parent, whether it is father, mother, anybody can sign it. They need to get the signature of the parent. And the last fourth box, candidate signature to be signed on the day of examination in the presence of invigilator only. So last fourth one you need to sign only in the exam hall in the presence of the invigilator, not at home. Okay. That is the reason I'm saying we need to carry at least 3 to 4 copies. If you make some mistakes, at least we have some extra copies with you. Okay. NTA said 2 copies mandatory. So this was page 1. So we have completed page 1. So this was the complete first page 1. Now let us see the page 2. Basically, what is the page 2? So page 2, you have 4:6 size, the color passport size, color photographs, which you uploaded during the NEET application form as well. So the same photographs you need to paste it even before going to the exam center. There will be some basic details of the you, for example, roll number, candidate name, father name, application number. So all those things you need to make sure the details are same, which is there is no mismatch in the details. After that, the first box there will be invigilator sign, and the second box there will be candidate sign. This second box also you need to sign only in the exam hall in the presence of invigilator. Now in the exam hall, invigilator will ask you to sign on the left hand side of across the photo, left hand side of the photo your sign, and right hand side of the photo invigilator will sign. So that formality also will be done in the examination hall. For that, invigilator will guide you. Okay. The candidates, yeah. So this part is yeah. Now it is mandatory to hand over this admit card to the invigilator. So after the exam is over, the invigilator, this admit card, it is mandatory. We need to hand over to the invigilator. If you do not hand over this admit card to the invigilator, then your OMR seat will not be checked and you will not get your result. So it is very, very important. Admit card after the exam, we need to hand it over to the invigilator. Yes. So I did the point. Photographs. Yeah. So it is very important. If you are not able to, if you are not carrying this first and second page, if you are not, this second, especially the second page is very, very important. If you are not carrying this second page, then you will not be allowed to write the exam. Okay. So it is very, very important. Take all the 4 pages print out, and first and second page mandatory. Okay. So now let me go to the admit card instructions. Basically, I'll go to that. So we will go one by one to all the instructions, and then I'll come to again the major points. Okay. So this point I've already mentioned. Everybody has the different reporting time, so they need to reach a center at respect according to the time given on admit card. After the gate closing time, nobody will be allowed to enter. And after the exam is over, you should not leave the hall without the permission of the invigilator. So you should leave the hall only once the invigilator say yes. They'll be sending the students in the slots, not all the people at the same time. Okay. So all this, how the admit card is divided in 4 pages. I have already explained this part. Now, if someone is having some religious attires or custom attires, for example, Muslim candidate, they may have some burqas and all those. So if your religion force you to wear such kind of dress code, in that case, you need to make sure you reach the exam centers in advance. So there'll be proper frisking for you. Okay. Now, basically, what all things you need to carry for that? There are some points, very important points. So one personal and transparent water bottle. So one water bottle you need to carry, that should be the transparent water bottle. There should not be a sticker on that. Then one additional photographs, you need to carry some at least 2 to 3 additional photographs of passport size with you. Those photographs will be used on pasting on the attendance sheet. So you need to carry some extra photographs with you. It's not like, one photograph you are pasting on the admit card, which is postcard size, and one 4x6 photograph you are pasting on the admit card. That is before the exam. Apart from this, also you need to carry some postcard size photograph with you for pasting in the attendance sheet, which is very, very important. So carrying extra photographs mandatory. One personal hand sanitizer bottle up to the 50 ml only, not a big bottle. Admit card, all the 4 pages, as I said already, and you need to carry the admit card with all the 4 pages by signing the undertaking. Whatever signs are mentioned, you need to do before the exam. Do it before the exam. Some signs in the exam hall. This admit card should be in the A4 size paper. Make sure this is in A4 size, not in lesser size, not in bigger size. If you are having PWD certificate, you need to carry if you belong to the PWD, then you need to carry that certificate as well, and scribe related documents. Basically, that is very, very important. Yes. Okay. Now, apart from the admit card and this, these details, these items which you can carry, you need to carry one government issued photo ID card. I'm repeating again, government issued photo ID card. A ID card where the photo is there, basically. Without photo, ID card will not be allowed. Okay, so what ID card we can carry? We can carry the PAN card, number 1. We can carry the driving license, number 2. We can carry the voter ID card also. We can carry the 12th board admit card also. The 12th board, if you have the 12th board admit card with the photo, that also you can carry. Passport you can carry. Aadhaar card you can carry. Aadhaar card with the photograph. E-Aadhaar also you can carry. It is possible. Ration card also you can carry. Aadhaar enrollment number. Someone is not having Aadhaar, but Aadhaar enrollment number with the photo, that is also allowed. But apart from this ID card, no other ID is allowed. So only ID which are mentioned in this hall ticket instructions, only these ID you need to carry. Apart from this ID card, any other ID card will not be allowed. And if you're not carrying any of these ID card, maybe they will not allow you to write the exam. They will not allow you to enter the examination hall. So these details are very, very critical. This government ID proof, which is mentioned in the admit card, you need to carry only these ID cards. Clear? Now, those who belong to the PWD category, they'll be having one. If they have opted for the scribe, then they'll be getting one scribe. The scribe will be given only by the NTA. You cannot carry. You cannot take any of your friend or any of your relative as a scribe. Number 1, and those who belong to the PWD category, they'll be getting extra 1 hour and 5 minute time for extra 1 hour and 5 minute time for the entire exam. So extra 1 hour 5 minute time will be given extra to the will be given to the PWD category. So you can avail that. So if any PWD category, you can get extra 1 hour 5 minute time. That is your right. Whether you have challenge of writing the exam or not, if you have the PWD category, you will be getting the extra time. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, when it comes to the dress code, basically, so dress code, my suggestion is basically you should not wear the shoes on that day. Wear the chappals or sandals. Avoid the shoes. Only chappals and sandals. If we talk about the boys can wear normal jeans or normal trouser without much pockets and simple shirt and simple t-shirt. So normal t-shirt or normal shirt or pant or the jeans without much pockets. It's not like you should have the multiple pockets in that particular pant or jeans. So normal shirt and normal t-shirt without much pockets, and normal pants and normal trouser without much pocket. Clear? When it comes to the girls also, you may wear the t-shirt and jeans or shirt or jeans, or if you want to wear the salwar suit and all those, that is also fine. But you should not wear any jacket or any attire which is very heavy and which looks, basically, for example, there are so many pockets and all those. So make sure you wear light clothes without much pockets, basically. So there is flexibility in that. Now at the end, as I already conveyed, the admit card we need to hand over to the invigilator. If you are not handing over the invigilator, again they have mentioned failure to do so, your answer key will not be checked. So that is very, very important. Okay. Now, when they're giving the OMR seat, there'll be 2 copies of the OMR seat. One is original copy and one is office copy. Both the copies you need to give it to the invigilator. You cannot carry the OMR seat. You can only carry the NEET question booklet. OMR seat, you need to give it back. There'll be 2 copies. Both the copies you need to give to the NTA you need to give to the invigilator. You can only take back the question booklet, nothing else. Okay. Now one more update. Before going to the exam center, you should always, make sure at least 1 day before or 2 days before, you keep checking your registered mobile number and registered mail ID which you give during the registration time. Because sometimes we have seen NTA, due to some sudden planning, they change the exam center. Okay, so we have seen these cases 2 years back where suddenly just 1 day before the exam, due to some conditions, they had to change due to some unavoidable situations, they had to change the exam centers, and which they had already communicated through the SMS and mail. But unfortunately, that those parents and students did not notice that, and they reached to the exam centers. They reached to the same exam center what was given in the hall ticket, and there was a very big mishap. And they would and that another exam center which was allotted, that was almost more than 1 hour distance, and during the traffic, due to the traffic time, they were not able to reach to that exam center. So there are very less chances, hardly 1% chance for changing of exam centers. Generally, they do not do it. But we have seen this example 2 years back. So that is the reason they have mentioned this. Please keep checking your mailbox for the registered email and the SMS which you gave during the NEET application form for the latest information and updates, because sometime any update may come. So you need to be very careful in that case. They will give you to re-download your admit card. So again, they will ask you to go and re-download your admit card so you can use the fresh admit card. Okay. So if any such update comes, even we team of medical mentor also will make sure that this update reaches to each and every student. But even it is your duty to make sure you take at least, maybe not the student, but at least parents can make sure they check these mails and they check this SMS if any such kind of update is there from the NTA. Okay. So this was the basic instructions about from the NTA. Now let us go for the COVID advisory. So COVID advisory, I cannot find any major points. I'm going to tell you only the major points which are very important. For example, so at the exam center, they are going to give you one N95 mask. Okay, irrespective of whatever mask you're going to carry with you, they are going to give you one N95 mask, and they have said the candidate need to wear that mask basically. Okay, so whatever mask you're carrying with you, that mask they will ask you to throw, and whatever mask is given at the exam center, that mask you need to wear. Clear? They'll be checking the body temperature also through the thermoguns, And if your body temperature is higher than more than COVID-19 norms, then they'll be taking exam in the separate room or in any isolation room. But nobody will be stopped, nobody will be denied to write the exam. They have mentioned it very, very clearly. Even I have checked personally with one of the officials, someone who is managing the exam center of the Bengaluru. So they said if any such student is there, they'll be giving them one separate room for the writing the exam. Okay. Yes, so this point I have already mentioned. So no, the admit card, we need to head it over. This is clear. Okay, now let me go back to the PPT again. We'll be discussing those points. Yeah. So there is one latest update by the NTA basically. So let me put those points also. Yesterday evening, one more update has come by the NTA on NTA website, where they said where they have clarified two more extra points which is not there in the admit card. These 2 points are not there in the admit card. I'm repeating again. So you need to ensure that special permission of the center in charge should be taken before you leave your seat. You should not leave the examination hall without handing over the answer sheet to the invigilator on duty and sign with time on the attendance sheet twice. So at the time of entry and while at the time of leaving also, they will ask you to sign on the attendance sheet. We need to sign the attendance sheet on 2 times. In case if you're not signing the attendance sheet for the second time, it will be understood as you have violated the norms and condition, and your result will be stopped. So you need to sign the attendance sheet for the second time as well. This is one special point they have mentioned. The second is basically at the time of the entering in the examination hall, there will be one biometric attendance of the candidate will be done. Biometric attendance of the candidate was not done, was not there for last 2 years because of the COVID. But this year they are doing again the biometric attendance, where they said biometric attendance of the candidate is mandatory, and a hologram will be affixed on the admit card once the biometric is done. So last 2 years there was no biometric verification, but this year again the biometric verification is there. They will be pasting one hologram after the biometric verification is done on your admit card. And once you enter into your classroom where you're going to write the exam, that time the invigilator will check that hologram. If your hologram is not there on the admit card, invigilator will send you back to the main gate for getting the hologram. Okay. This point is very clear. Now, someone who is PWD category, I have already mentioned, they will be getting 1 hour and 5 minutes extra for biometric, 1 hour 5 minutes extra for the writing the exam. Okay. So this was all about the admit card. Okay. This was all about the admit card. Let us discuss about the OMR seat basically. Let us discuss about the OMR seat, how the OMR seat may look like. This is the OMR seat example. This is the OMR seat sample from the 2021. We do not know how the 2022 is going to be. I believe it should be the same. There might be some changes as well because OMR seat is never coming out. So OMR seat may vary in the examination hall when you go. This is only for the representation purpose, not the actual one. Okay, so what all details? Now, what all details we need to be careful while filling the OMR seat. So OMR seat, there'll be roll number. In the roll number, you need to write your roll number, which is there on your hall ticket. Make sure you do not make any mistake because they are not going to give you any extra OMR seat. OMR seat will be given only once. If you make mistake in filling the OMR seat, then it is going to be a big problem. Then there'll be a test booklet number. So whatever booklet number you're going to get on that one, there'll be one test booklet number. You need to mention this test booklet number. There'll be test booklet code. So make sure your test booklet code and your OMR seat code is same. We have seen in past where because of the mistake of the invigilator, last year there was one example where because of the mistake of the invigilator, the test booklet code and the question, and test booklet code and OMR seat code was different, and this was not noted by the student as well. And because of that, the student got multiple negative marks. His result was stopped, and result was stopped. So you need to make sure the test booklet code and the code on the OMR seat is same. It is your responsibility to check. Invigilator, sometimes they may make mistake. There was one example in the Maharashtra in Kolhapur where invigilator made the mistake. That invigilator was carrying the booklet and booklet on OMR seat, and that got mixed in some other that got mixed, and because of that there was one case was filed in the High Court as well, right? So you need to make sure this it is candidate responsibility to match the code given on the booklet and code given in the OMR seat. Then there will be section A and section B. They have divided their total 200 questions. You can see. So section A and section B, there will be two different formats. Now it is very important to fill, apart from filling the numbers in the boxes, it is very important to fill this round box. While marking these round circles are very, very important. So you need to make sure you need to fill this with the pen. Pen will be given in the examination hall. You need to make sure you fill this. You fill this very carefully and do not fill it half, or do not fill it just, sometimes, for example, many people, they fill one where they fill it one completely and they fill second one half, right? I think sometimes due to mistake, they feel, okay, they have marked the wrong thing. In that case, that will be considered as a negative marking. So OMR marking is very, very important. This round circle, you need to make sure you are properly marking it with the pen. If you're marking it half, then also that will be considered as a negative. That also will be considered as a negative marking. Okay, so make sure the marking is very, very clear. Now there'll be at the bottom you can see there'll be one declaration where you need to sign, and candidate name in the running writing, mother's name in the running writing, father's name in the running writing, candidate left hand thumb impression will be taken, and signature of the invigilator with the time. So invigilator will be doing the signature. So this is the sample copy of last year. This year sample copy may change. So this is just for the reference purpose. The what important things you need to take care is test booklet code should be matched with the answer sheet, and the marking of the OMR is very, very important. We have seen in past multiple example, at least 2 out of 10 will come to us. They will say when they check their answer key just coming out of the exam center, when they get the answer key from the different coaching center, and when they check the test booklet, they were getting 600 marks. But when actual result came, they were getting only 400 marks. The reason was they were not able to mark the OMR seat properly. So marking OMR is very, very important. We have seen multiple example, n number of example where, as I said, at least 1 or 2 cases out of 10 people will come, they made some mistake, at least 4 to 5 questions. And remember, every single question will push you back by at least 2 to 3,000 rank. So marking OMR is very, very important. These are the very common cases. I'm sure now this year, most of the people have written mock test in the offline format. So you will be habitual of writing this kind of mock test. You will be habitual of marking this kind of OMR. So make sure OMR marking, you just dedicate extra 20 minutes time. What is my suggestion is the last 20 minutes, 25 minutes, you should always dedicate it. You should always dedicate for the marking the OMR. Do not always leave the OMR sheet for marking in last 5 to 10 minutes time. So marking OMR is very, very important. No matter whatever you have solved, whatever you have marked in your question booklet, whatever you have, that doesn't matter. Whatever you have marked in the OMR sheet, that will be only checked. Whether you are getting 600 marks, 650 marks according to question booklet. But if there's a mistake in the OMR sheet, everything is gone. Okay. So now, just to summarize this, basically, I'll be discussing some points and I'll try to give you some basic ideas. The most common mistakes made by the students on the exam day, generally. So right from starting to end, we'll be discussing these points. So the first point is the proper sleep and anxiety. Proper sleep and anxiety 1 day before the exam due to the pressure. So we have seen multiple examples where people, 1 day before the exam, they are not having the proper sleep. That is one of the biggest enemy. So you need to make sure you have at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep before the exam, because at the exam day also it is going to be very stressful, because some of the people, they're having entry at the 11 o'clock. So in that case, if you do not have the proper sleep, or if you have the anxiety, then that can create a big issue. Now, one more tip for the exam, one more tip for the people, those who are having entry at 11 o'clock or 11:30. In that case, you are going to be in the examination center right from 11 to evening 6 o'clock, because 5:20 is the exam, they will be leaving only after the 5:30. So the gap is very, very big. In that case, make sure you have very good breakfast in the morning itself. Carry a water bottle with you, and you have make sure you have the heavy breakfast in the morning, so you do not you do not get hungry in the afternoon time when the exam starts. So make sure you have the heavy breakfast, so that schedule, because you in for example afternoon time you're not going to have the lunch, right? So make sure you have the heavy breakfast in morning time. Okay. Anxiety before the exam, definitely not a good idea. What is my suggestion is, whatever effort you had to put, we have already put in last 2 years time. Now try your best in last 3 hours 20 minutes time. That is what is going to decide your future. So anxiety, definitely make sure if any particular student is having the anxiety, I think parents should counsel them and make sure they should give them that confidence that the student do not have this kind of anxiety in the last 1 or 2 days of the exam. Now, not able to locate the exam due to the same branches. This point I have already covered. So make sure, there are many schools, they are having multiple centers with the same name. So make sure the examination center is perfect, and make sure if it is possible for you to go and check the exam center 1 day in advance. Even we have seen this kind of multiple example where people reached the examination center late, and because of that they were denied the exam, they were denied the entry at the exam hall. So make sure examination center is same. Different timing for the entry slot, so you need to go to the exam center at the time given on your hall ticket. Very clear. And take care of your breakfast, take care of your morning routine, because it is going to be, if it is going to be 5 to 6 hours long stay in the examination hall. Dress code, we have already discussed what to carry, what to not carry. We have already discussed the carry part. Whatever is given in your admit card, you need to carry the same things, nothing more than that, nothing less than that. Checking of the question booklet and answer key, I have discussed this point. It is very important. Now, last year we got many such complaints from the students and parents where they said invigilator in the examination hall took too much long time. They took almost 15 to 20 minutes of starting for completing the formalities. Now this may happen to any student. You cannot complain about it to anyone. Where due to the lack of the training to the NTA, by the NTA lack of the training, we have seen many, because all the invigilators will be some teachers or some government officials. Maybe they did not get the right training. So they may waste your 5 to 10 minutes time extra. So where we have seen some of the parents last year, they said they some of the invigilators wasted almost more than 20 to 25 minutes of starting time, where the student got tense, and that 50 to 20 minutes lost time was panicked the student, and that student was not able to perform well in the exam. So my suggestion is, the government official, the invigilator will do the duty. We cannot force them to do the hurry. What we need to do is, we should not get panic in this situation, and make sure if that extra 5 to 10 minutes is taken by them, generally they should not do it, but if it is taken by them, do not get panic and try to cover that exam, try to cover that time in 3 hours, later part of 3 hours, right? Next important point, the time management. The time management, NTA has given extra 20 minutes time. It is very important to manage your time. See, you're not allowed to carry any watch in your wrist, but in each and every examination hall, there'll be one clock. There'll be one clock on the wall. That make sure you manage your times by looking at that clock, and make sure, for example, I'm sure I'm not going to discuss this time management in detail, because most of the students have written multiple mock tests and they have already got these tips and techniques by the teachers and the coaching. So whatever time management fundas you are using so far, whatever time management fundas you have used so far for writing the mock test, use the same fundas. My suggestion is, do not do any new experiment on the exam day. Many students, what they do experiment on the exam day. For example, if you are comfortable in solving bio first, then obviously start the bio first. Do not do that experiment. Okay, I will start with the physics first today. So whatever mode, whatever techniques of writing the exam you are already using, you're already using for the last 2 years in your mock test. My suggestion is, use the same mock test, unless and until there is a very difficult, in starting only there is a very big difficulty level in particular subject. In that case, if you feel you are not able to solve the many questions, in that case you can jump to any other subject. So time techniques, I'm not going to explain in detail. I'm sure you will be having enough download from the schools, coachings, and by your teachers. Okay. Marking OMR seat, I have already explained. Marking OMR seat is the most critical part, where many of the students make the mistakes. Marking OMR, do the proper circling of the proper circling in the OMR seat, and make sure there is no mistakes. one more suggestion. My suggestion is you mark the OMR seat after each and every subject. For example, you're completing physics first. So then mark the physics OMRs first. Then after that, you complete the bio. Then mark the bio OMR second. After that, for example, you're completing chemistry. Then mark the OMR in the, then mark all the question of chemistry at last. So as you are doing one subject by one, generally we have seen many students, they do marking of OMR at last. If you are very comfortable for that, not an issue. But if you're not, but my suggestion is try to do one by one. So there is no chances of making the mistakes. Sometimes we have seen people are doing everything at last. And if something goes wrong, for example, one particular question goes wrong, after that, everything will go wrong, right? So make sure you do the marking one by one. So there are less chances of making any mistake in the OMR. This is my personal suggestion. It is up to you how you do it, basically, right? Now, one more point, which is very, very important. So you can mark the right answer in your booklet as well, very slightly. So NTA said, you can do rough work only at the place given at the last dedicated space, or you can do some light rough work on the other side, basically. So now, while you are solving the question, make sure you give a small tick at the right answer. Whatever answer you're going to put in the OMR sheet, make a small tick. So you can get the expected score just after the exam. Many students, what they do not do the right tick on the question booklet properly, and later they'll be in dilemma for next 1 month time, because since NEET UG exam is there, it is an offline exam, so it will take at least 1 month time for declaring the result. So if you are having your expected score, it will be easy for you to do your planning of the counseling in advance. Otherwise, you will be in always dilemma what score you're going to get it, basically, right? So neither you can plan anything, neither your parents can plan anything. So if you have your expected score, then it will be always easy for you to plan your exam in that plan your counseling in advance. So yes, so this was all about the basics, details of the admit card and the OMR seat. I have, since we have the limited time, so I've tried my best to cover each and every point. Let me give you some short idea about what is after the exam, for example. So in short, exam is there in the month of 17 July. Result will be there just after the 1 month. Last year, result was there after the 40 days, basically. So 13th September was the exam, and 1st November they declared the result. But generally, by 1 month, result will be declared. Counseling will start by 30th of August for the AIQ, and state quota will start by 1st week of September. The counseling will end by last week of October. Okay. So journey from NEET exam to the NEET result. What after the exam, basically? So once you write the exam, after writing the exam, there will be answer key released by most of the coaching institute. NTA do not release the answer key immediately. NTA will take at least 15 days time for releasing the answer key. But most of the coaching institute, they'll be releasing the answer key. You can check the answer key of the coaching which you rely most, which you trust most. Check the answer key of the coaching institute and calculate your expected score. You will be able to calculate your expected score only if you have ticked right in your question booklet. That is the reason I was saying tick right on your booklet also, so you can get your expected score just after the exam. After the expected score, what you can do, we need to get the idea of what is our All India rank, because counseling is happening based on the All India rank, not based on the score. So we have one rank predictor tool on our website. That is the free rank predictor tool. We'll be updating that rank predictor tool within next 3 to 4 days after the exam. Based on the difficulty level of the exam, we will get the input from multiple students, and we will update that rank predictor tool. So you can check your rank predictor. You can check this tool and you can get your expected rank. Once you get your expected rank and expected marks, then what you need to do, you need to make one plan A. Plan A based on the expected score and All India rank. With the help of expert, you can take the help of medical mentor. Okay, this is what is my expected score. Then what all? Okay, for example, you're getting some 650 marks. Then what all chances you have? What should be your strategy for participating in counseling? That plan A, you need to make it. Arrange all the documents required for the counseling. So that is very, very important. We'll be having 1 month time for arranging all the documents till the result. After the result, counseling will start very fast. So you will not be having the time. So whatever documents are required for the counseling, you need to make sure you make it this 1 month time. After that, once the exam is, after the 15 days of the exam, even NTA will release the official answer key and OMR Seat responses. So on NTA website, you will be able to see the official answer key and whatever responses you have given in the exam, those responses also you will be able to see. From there, you can get your exact marks. Okay, so this is what is the final exact score. If required, NTA is giving the provision of challenging the answer key as well. If you feel the answer key is not right, you can challenge the answers also. This year, last year there was actually NEET application part 2. This year it is not there. So this year the application was in only one part. They are not two parts basically. Now, what after the NEET result? What you need to do after the NEET result? So check your exact NEET score. After the NEET result, you will get your score as well as your result as well. So once you get your result, it is very important to understand the marks versus rank analysis. It is very important to understand the marks versus rank analysis, because we have seen in last 4 years time the All India rank varies drastically. So it is very important to see the All India rank. Do not do your counseling just looking at the marks of last year. So what is the difference in the rank? That is very, very important. This year, there are some major changes in the counseling process, where NMC has given one new guideline for changing the fee structure of deemed colleges and private colleges, where 50% seats of the deemed and private colleges will be given at the government colleges fee structure. This NMC guidelines has come in the month of Feb. So this year, there is going to be a huge change in the counseling process. So you need to be aware about this. We cannot rely on the last year's counseling data completely. If these rules are changing, the fee structure is changing, the entire cutoff process will change. So you need to understand this rule very, very carefully. There are some changes in the counseling process this year. MCC, there was one notification from the MCC where they have developed one new software for doing the counseling. They have developed a new software even for the state quota as well. So all the state quota authority also, they need to update the people, those who have joined in round 2 of the counseling, and those people will be blocked to participate for round 3 of MCC and any other state quota as well. So if you want to, I will not discuss in detail about these new rules. So we are going to do one announcement now. You can attend that event. In that event, we'll be giving you all those details basically. Now, after the result, if your score is varying a lot, if your All India rank is varying a lot, then you need to work on the plan B. So based on the actual rank, you need to make a plan B and make sure you follow the plan B to get your desired college. After making the plan B, start the counseling process. Apply to all the applicable counseling. There are various different state quota counseling process. You should know which all state quota counseling process you can always apply, and fight till you get your desired medical college. Okay. What after that? So if you are able to get your desired medical college, medical mentor will be very, very happy to get you your first stethoscope. So we'll make sure you get your first stethoscope from the medical mentor. These are the few happy students, those who get the stethoscope from the medical mentor team. Okay. Now, one point just I would like to highlight. Basically, we have seen many students, they get anxiety in last moment. They get anxiety, at last few days time. So we team of medical mentor want to promise each and every student and parent. See, every NEET score has a medical college. We have different types of college. We have government college, we have private college, we have deemed colleges, basically, right? We have central government colleges, and even this year, government is introducing this new fee structure for the deemed and private college, also for the 50% seat. So do not get panic. Just give your best to get the best. Do not get panic. Each and every score is having one medical seat. So my suggestion is, instead of getting panic, whatever efforts you have put in last 2 years time, be calm, be confident, and give your 200% in the exam. I'm sure you will get the better score. Whatever score you get it, whether it is 700, 600, 650, 500, 550, we'll make sure you get the best possible seat through the smart counseling process after the exam. So there is no need to worry on this point. Okay. One announcement for each and everybody who is there in this webinar today. We team of medical mentor is we are conducting an exclusive event for the medical aspirants on 24th April. 24th July. Sorry, this is the July month. So we have exam on next, and we have exam after the 2 days on 17th July. Just next Sunday of this NEET exam, which is 24th July, we are going to conduct. We are conducting this full day event in the Bangalore Medical College. Bangalore Medical College. We are going to conduct this event where we are going to do 2 different seminars on 2 different topics. And what are these seminars? Let me tell you. So we are going to conduct this event in Bangalore Medical College on 24th July, where the first seminar will be happening on the topic of NEET counseling and admission process, where we'll be discussing about the latest revised rules and regulation of this year. So this seminar will be conducted by the following panelists. This seminar will be happening from morning 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. My suggestion is you start coming at 10 a.m. to get your seat done. We have booked one auditorium in Bangalore Medical College. There, this seminar will be happening. And in the evening time, 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., we are going to do one seminar on how to choose a right medical college and life as an MBBS student. For this, we have called some of the top doctors of the India, where we have doctors from the top medical colleges. For example, Dr. H.B. Rajsekar from the JNMC KLE, Dr. Nitin Jesus, who is the alumni of St. John's Medical College, Dr. Amit Jain from the Rajashri Medical College, Dr. Govind S. Bittal, who is a practicing dermatologist and alumni of BMCRI and CMC Vellore. Apart from this, also we are getting many other doctors on that day. So where you will be able to understand how to select a right medical college in the counseling process, what all factors you should look into before selecting a medical college, and what after MBBS, what life is there in the medical college, and after MBBS, what all different careers are there. So this complete one-day event will be happening from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We'll be having the counseling counters as well there. So you can come, you can attend these two seminars in person in Bangalore Medical College, and you can take personalized one-to-one session also with our counselors, with our mentors that day. So I request each and every parent and the student to attend this event. You can invite your friends and relatives also, those who are appearing for the NEET exam. You can even invite your friends also. If you want to register for this event, you can go to our website www.mycareershapers.in, or you can search medical mentor in Google. You can go to our website. We have given a link there as well for the registration. You can call on our landline number. We team of medical mentor going to do one extensive activity on the NEET exam center as well. Even you will get this kind of entry passes even at exam centers as well. This kind of entry passes. So you can get this entry pass at the exam centers, or you can come and collect from the medical mentor office. So this event will help you a lot in understanding about the counseling process and how to select the right medical college for you. Okay, so this was all about the NEET exam day guidelines. Let us take some Q&A from the audience now. Yes, so there is one option called raise your hands. You can raise your hands, and I will allow one by one for asking the questions. So Mr. Dayanand, you can unmute yourself and you can ask your question. Mr. Dayanand or Harini Vijay Kumar. Yeah. Hello, Harini Vijay Kumar. Anjana Vedvyasa, you can ask your question. Yeah.
See, you said that 24th you are having that seminar, no?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you hearing?
Yes, I can.
See, actually, we are not in Bangalore. Actually, we are outside Bangalore. So
sir, sir, 24th this seminar is there. I think you can ask. If you are not in Bangalore, you can, if any of your family members want to come and join, they can join. So this is there on the 24th.
Whole family is in Bangalore. So that is we can join live.
No, sir. It is we are doing it offline. This is the seminars in Bangalore Medical College. This is the seminar.
Okay.
Yes.
There is no chance.
Yes, sir.
One more thing. See, my daughter has given some particular time to report. No, suppose if it is delayed by some 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then also it is okay. Or we have to go.
Sir, generally last time for the entry is 1:30 basically. That is what they allow. But still, my suggestion is do not delay. You just reach on time. That is what is better.
Okay.
Yes. Sir, can you hear me? This is Harini's dad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir, I have two questions. First one is, on the first page of the admit card, we have to put a passport size photograph, right?
Right.
So that passport photograph is coming out of the box they have provided. So is it okay?
Fine, not an issue. Not an issue. There is not an issue.
Okay. And all the signatures has to be done at the presence of the invigilator, right? So there are 3 signatures.
So the parent signature, see, one signature of the student is there. I think that is you can do at home. Parent signature also we need to do at home. Just let me check it. So parent signature at home. Left hand thumb impression you need to put at home, and the student signature is there at the 4th box that you need to do in the presence of invigilator.
Yeah, so there are 3 student signature, one on the first page and other on the 2 on the second page.
Right.
So everything has to be done in front of the invigilator, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question.
Thank you. So I will allow Mr. Arpita Rati, Miss Arpita Rati. Arpita Rati, you can unmute yourself.
Yes, so this admit card has to be taken print out back to back or single side pages?
So single side pages, better single size.
Okay, so it will be in 2 pages. The first and the second page is important.
Yes, single side pages.
Okay, and does it has to be colored or black and white is fine?
Doesn't matter. If you can colored better. Otherwise, black and white is also fine. Doesn't matter.
Okay. And one more, sir, for my daughter, actually, the reporting time is 11 o'clock in the morning. This is too early. I mean,
yes.
Is it okay if she reaches by 12 or something, because we leave? I mean, the
I understand, but you know, see, if everybody try to do this, then there'll be crowd at exam center. See, so that is the reason they have given this exam center. So my suggestion is reach there on the time, basically, and try to reach there on time and try to get in time inside. So later someone create the problem, then generally till by 1:30 they will allow, but still they given this time for this purpose only. So my suggestion is reach there on time and have something in morning, basically, and at the exam center, if someone is
11 o'clock means 10 o'clock they have to start, and then from 10 to 5 they will not have anything. It's too much of a duration when they will not have
yes, sir.
anything to eat.
So you reach at exam center, there you see the situation. If they are giving some extra 1/2 hour, 1 hour buffer at the exam center, then she can be outside and eat something, that is fine, that you can eat. She can stay in car or something that you can see, sir. But my suggestion is reach on the exam center on right time.
Okay, sure. Time. Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Priya Rajan, Miss Priya Rajan. Priya Rajan, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for this seminar, for this information. See, what I wanted to know was, the students will be carrying their Aadhaar card or any ID proof along with them. But like in CET or any other exam, they used to put their school ID card around their neck and go. Is that also allowed, or they have to keep their school ID card?
School ID card is not, no. School ID card, they have said no. See, that is 12th class hall ticket is 12th class exam hall ticket is allowed, but the school ID card is not allowed, ma'am.
Okay. So only one proof they have to carry, which is either 12th class admit card or Aadhaar card. No need of hanging the ID card.
That doesn't matter, but whatever proof which is given in the admit card, only out of those only one out of those only you need to carry.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Mr. Naveen Goel.
Hi. Thanks for this seminar. I have one question. My daughter has filled my name as Naveen Goel in the form, but my real name is Naveen Kumar Goel in all the proofs. Whether even she will be carrying her father name will be Naveen Kumar Goel. I hope that's not an issue. If you have any experience on that, like
should not be. So in hall ticket, it is hall ticket and ID proof. There is a difference, right?
Yes, Kumar is in middle name, which is not there.
Okay, so should not be issue, sir. Should not be issue. Even if your ID card also something they can carry with something, where they can show some proof in this.
No, everywhere is Naveen Kumar Goel. All ID proofs will have Naveen Kumar Goel.
But in admit card, it is Naveen Goel.
Admit card, it is Naveen Goel.
Should not be issue, sir. Should not be a big issue.
Student
name is what they consider more. They check it very carefully. And they create the issue. But
and you said one point that admit card multiple copies to be carried. Is this your suggestion or it's a rule? Because I don't see anywhere in instruction it is written.
Two copies they have written. See, there was one 2 copies they have said. NTA has said 2 copies you need to carry. My suggestion is at
2 copies means 2 copies means as a 2 copies with all photos, attached everything, thumb impression, everything. 2 copies.
Yes, at least carry two copies.
I don't know where it is written.
So 1 minute time. It has come 1 minute. Let me show you.
I kept only one and one as a print backup.
Yeah. So NTA is released when you can go to the NTA website. The first point itself, it is showing you should download the admit card and keep it at least 2 copies with you. Okay. Just yesterday only they have released this. Yesterday evening they have released this one new notification where they have mentioned this first point. You can go to the NTA website and you can check it.
Okay. Okay. And one information which I want to share, there was a mistake by them in the first copy. They had given less space for the passport's postcard size photo. Now in the studies version, it has come with a bigger size. So this is the information I'm sharing.
Yes. Thank you for saying this point. Even I was aware. So if you have downloaded the admit card earlier, even same kind of mistake was there last year as well. So again you can re-download and you can put your postcard size photo there.
So my question was actually I filled that one and now I filled one more. So I have still 2 sets. So is that fine?
Yes.
Where I cut in the first, I cut the photo basically.
No. So the recent one you carry the two.
Okay, recent 2-1. Okay, with all photos attached and thumb impression, everything.
Yes.
And just one question, even again, benefit of everyone. If thumb impression is not able to somebody do it now in the exam hall, they will be having something to do that. For the it's because it's candidate thumb impression.
No, one thumb impression they have said before the exam center only need to do. In exam center also they will ask you to do thumb impression on OMR Seat.
No. Here in the admit card only thumb impression. If somebody parents forget.
No, they have said specifically you need to do before the exam.
So we need to find it. Okay.
You need to find out. You need to get it.
So two sets should be definitely ready with everything.
Yes.
Thumb impression, photos, passport, everything,
yes.
and extra passports copies.
Yes, extra passport size photos as well, right?
Okay. And this time anybody has gone in different time. Even I got 11. Everybody is saying 11. Is there anybody who got?
No, there are many candidates with 11 o'clock. Okay, maybe due to some planning they are doing it. So yes, there are many candidates those who are having 11 o'clock. You are right.
Because I never heard any partner having different timing.
No, but the different timings is there. 12:30 also is there. We have many candidates. Yeah.
Because in CET normally they just call everybody at the same time, but then I see.
We have many candidates with the different times at different slots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So, Riya Chaudhary, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir. This is Riyaz's father, sir.
Hi, sir.
So I have one question, sir. So students need to carry their own pen, or they will be also provided there, sir? Is something mentioned in
the pens? You need not to carry the pens. They'll be providing, sir. So there is no mention of carrying the pen. Pens generally they provide inside.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir.
Shriyam Bansal.
Yeah, very good one. This is Shriyam's mother here.
Yes.
My first question is that as we have to carry the 2 copies, so but hologram will be put in both the copies, or
no,
only
see, 2 copies just for the reference purpose. Sometime we've had this. They'll be putting only one copy basically, but 2 copies is what they said you need to carry at least. 1 copy will be only used.
If something happened, then again they will going to put it on the second copy.
If some mistake on the first copy, then second copy. Yeah.
Okay. And they have to carry the glue stick and all. They carry the passport size photograph and all with them.
Yeah. So passport size, no, that inside they will be having. Glue stick they'll be having inside.
So we have to sign with the ball pen or a gel pen in the.
That pen they will be giving inside, ma'am. Everything pen will be given inside.
What we have to sign.
Yeah. So ball pen.
And as they are carrying their Aadhaar card, important document, Aadhaar card, and this one, so this or an admit card, they can put in the transparent folder. They have to carry it, otherwise they will lose it.
Yeah, no. See, so they do not allow you to carry any folder or something inside. It's all in hand only. They will allow you to carry. Basically.
So no pockets, nothing. Then where they will going to keep
pockets with normal pockets, ma'am. You can put in the jeans pocket. You can put it, not an issue.
With normal pocket jeans, mein Aadhaar card. I don't know whether.
But you can put it. You can keep in hand, ma'am. You can keep it in exam table, not an issue.
Okay. And one more thing, if they have to correct their answers in the OMR, what is the option for that one?
No, OMR's techniques, ma'am, it depends basically. Everyone has a different techniques, whether they do subject by subject or they do at last, basically. That is what you're asking?
No. Suppose the child has put the answer A, but on the revision she finds his answer is B. Then how should correct the answer?
No, there is no. If you mark the OMR, then it is gone. So you need to make sure before marking, you mark the right one. Once anything is marked wrong, and even if you mark you mark it again one more time, that will be considered as a negative.
So we cannot cross it the first one or something.
No. So that is what.
Not even they can carry pencil.
No. See, that is what. Once you are marking through the pen, so there is no chance of this. Basically, you're marking through pen. So you need to make sure, this is what most of the people are making mistakes. Make sure marking OMR, it is only one time chance. There is no second time chance is given. Once marked, it is gone.
So they can first solve the paper and then do all the markings. This is
yeah, ma'am. So ma'am, that it depends whether after subject with subject you want to do, or you want to solve entire paper, then you want to do. It is your choice. How the student is comfortable, basically, they should do it that way. Okay.
And water bottle only 50 ml.
No, sanitizer is 50 ml. Water bottle is you can carry.
That's what I was worried. You said 50 ml.
No.
Transparent bottle. Okay, that's only then. Thank you.
Okay. So, Mihika Hones.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So you said something about 2 OMR sheets. Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, there are two OMR will be, one office copy and one original copy. Both we need to give. So
both I have to mark. I mean,
it will be like one only. No, it will be pasted on one after other. No, not both we need to mark. So it will be kind of carbon copy, basically. So once you mark the first one, automatically the second back part will be marked. No need to mark two separately.
Okay, sir. And my reporting time is 11:40. Meaning I will be allowed to study and revise inside also. No, it doesn't mean that.
No. They will not allow you to carry anything inside. No books, nothing.
So if I reach at 11:40, I have to just sit without anything till 2.
Yeah, so they will see, they have multiple formalities, right? Frisking, all these holograms, it takes at least half an hour time after sitting, going inside. So, settling inside. So they will not allow you to carry anything inside, any books, nothing.
Okay, sir. And one last question. So on my admit card, the new downloaded copy, the postcard size photo fit, but my passport size photo, it's coming out of the boundary. Like it's not fitting.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Vaibhav Chaudhary. Or Harshita Janardhan.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you for the session. It is very informative.
Welcome.
And I wanted to ask one question about this office OMR copy that you have already clarified. So that's it. I do not have other.
Thank you. So Sivanjali S.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thanks for the quick information on all the process. My question is the photograph which we are going to stick on the admit card, the date has to be written on that, on which date that photograph is taken and all?
So that generally when you see what photo you uploaded during the exam time, NEET application form, there also date is there. The same photographs, ma'am. So, and I think generally date, as per the NTA guidelines, date should be there.
No, actually the photograph which whichever I'll be pasting on that, I need to write it or so.
No need to write. It is the same photo what you uploaded during the NEET application, same photo you need to use, ma'am. Simple.
Okay.
No need to write the date, nothing. No.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Isu Pujari. Sudarshan Ganpati. Mr. Sudarshan Ganpati.
Oh, thank you very much, sir, for the detailed seminar. Just one question I wanted to ask. How many, you mentioned about carrying 2 copies of the admit card. So that means in both we have to affix the postcard size photograph.
2 copies is what you need to carry. Okay, other copies you just carry for reference purpose. For example, see, sometime the last moment some copies get misplaced or something. That is the reason only. So 2 copies is what NTA said. Okay, 2 copies you keep it carefully. 2 copies are enough.
Okay, and the photograph which will be affixed to the attendance sheet will be then passport size, right? Not postcard, right?
Yeah. Passport.
Okay, that's what extra we have to carry then.
Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
Welcome. S. Sarkar. V. Anand Raman.
Sorry, sir. I was trying to speak actually. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is regarding the 2 OMR sheets. I think you already answered. So it looks like there is going to be a carbon copy, right? So do we
carbon copy? That is the official copy. One is original copy and office copy. So there will be carbon copy basically, one not after. So it's not like we need to fill 2 OMR seat, only one. But both the copies, those copies can be detachable. It looks like that. So, but both the copies they will be taking. Sometimes what student may think, second copy is for me, but it is not like this. They need to give both the copies. If you're not giving it, you will not be checked.
Yes, thank you. That I think we didn't know. It's really helpful that you told us. But then the catch is that so we should not remove that carbon copy, right? Because
no.
Correct.
You need to give both the copies to the invigilator. If you should not do it, it is very many students that made this mistake, and sometimes invigilator also do not check it, and in that case your result will not be out. Right?
No. That means what I'm saying is we have to mark it very deeply, because otherwise the carbon stamp won't come on the backside. No,
but it is like that only. It is very clear. It will come.
Oh, okay.
Made in such a way. Not
okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So Vikram sir, this is Anandaraman.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, very useful, very detailed one. Really appreciate your eye for the details. Couple of questions, sir. You said there are two new things. That is, the attendance sheet has to be signed twice. But in the latest advisory, have they really given that? And the hologram also they have not mentioned, isn't it?
Yeah. So in latest advisory, it is given. So these 2 points were not there in earlier HeltoCAD, but it is in latest advisory they have mentioned these two. So see, this biometric verification was not there from past 2 years because of COVID, but in latest advisory they said they are going to put this hologram. So it was not there earlier. It is the first time I think they are doing it.
Okay. So the hologram will be fixed at the time of frisking, and that time itself the biometric
at the time of once you enter the exam hall, that time they'll be putting it, and that is what they have mentioned. Even the invigilator need to check this hologram. If hologram is not there, means they need to send the student back for the biometric verification.
Okay, so if the student is carrying 2 copies of admit cards, so
only one copy will be used. 2 copies they just said for the even NTA said 2 copies. Whether they are going
so the student can bring back the unused admit card, isn't it, without the biometric hologram?
Yes. See, they have not mentioned they are going to put hologram on both the copies, but obviously they'll be putting only on one. Second copy, even I think they just said for safety purpose. If something gets misplaced or something goes wrong, so they can use the second one.
So the next question I had was whether the invigilator will announce the time or the clock will be there.
Yeah. Invigilator keep announcing time after every half an hour, 1 hour. They keep announcing, and even wall clock also will be there. Wall clock is mandatory in every exam hall. There'll be wall clock.
Okay. Super. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll take Rajiv Khetan.
Yeah, hi sir. Thank you for all this useful information. I have one question. So basically, for filling, the reporting time is 11, and the test time is 2 o'clock. So do they give the OMR sheet and the question paper? How they will give that? How much before they will give? So that the student can
see that will be exam is starting at 2 o'clock, so 10 to 15 minutes before only they will give it. 15-20 minutes before only they'll give it. Okay, so they will. It's not like you entered in 11 o'clock and 11:30 only they'll give you, because they will give you only some 15-20 minutes before, and sub 2 o'clock basically they will start you to at 2 o'clock only you can open your booklet. You cannot open your booklet. It's not like you entered at 12 o'clock and you can open your booklet, start solving. No.
Okay. So how about that invigilator formality? What he's doing validation of those signatures and all those things. So they will do it before 2, right?
Yeah, before 2 they will do. See, last year there were multiple complaints from the parents and students. This invigilator, because of lack of training, they wasted almost 50 to 20 minutes. Many students complained they wasted 30 minutes also. Okay, so and because of that, many meritorious students also but there was no one to there is nothing to complain. There is no proof it was wasted. So many students said they started only at 2 o'clock and by 2:20 only they left us. By 2:20 they kept on doing these formalities. So that is not technically right, but unfortunately, it is whether. I hope this year it should not be there. But last year there were many such cases, where invigilator made the mistake of mixing the OMR seat with some different booklet. So it is the responsibility of the student. They should check this. And second is, if students should be calm, because they cannot create, they cannot force them to do the formalities at so they need to manage that time. If it is happening by unfortunately, if it is happening with someone, they should be calm enough basically.
Okay, one question. So how many students are there in the one class under the one invigilator?
That depends upon exam center. These many details will not be able to, but at least 60-70 students in one classroom should be there minimum, I think.
160, 70 means it take 5 minutes, then it's huge time, right?
Yeah. So that see all those things. Once student need to manage inside. The parents should not worry. Let us leave on the student when they go
Okay.
inside.
Yeah, I'm just asking. Okay, thank you for sir.
Yes,
thank you for the information.
Thank you. So Kesava Murthy N. Kesava Murthy N. I'll try to take some 5-10 questions. So even someone's question may help someone else as well, right? So Kesava Murthy N. Okay, let me take someone else. Stuti MS. Stuti MS. Stuti MS. Okay.
Hello, good evening, sir. I am Keshamurthy here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hi.
I am audible, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, my query is regarding OMR sheet. If some filling name and all, if some mistake happens, whether they give the new OMR sheet or request?
No, sir. They will not. They're not. So you need to make sure they do not give entry in this request. You need to make sure OMR sheet is filled very, very carefully. Okay. Oh. Because OMR sheet also come limited. See, they'll be having the sets. For particular question booklet, there'll be only one set. One set only will come. They will not have any extra OMR sheet. So it will be coming in one particular set. One plastic theli will be there. In that particular theli, one booklet and one OMR sheet will be there. That will be coming as a pack. So you need to. There will be one set only for the one student. So filling up the OMR sheet is very, very important. Very, very critical part. If any mistake is there, entire 2 years of hard work is gone. So people have faced these issues. So my suggestion is take some time, do it carefully.
Okay. Sir, one more question. In part B, there are 15 questions and 10 has to be answered. No? If they answer 11 or 12, whether it will be
first 10 will be checked. First 10 will be checked. Simple funda. First 10 will be checked. So even if you, for example, if you have answered 15 out of 15, first 10 only will be checked.
Okay. On the sequence, what comes first 10? That only.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I did not cover this aspect because I thought most of the students will be aware. Yeah. Mr. Murli Krishna, sir.
Yeah. Hello, sir. So most of the questions are already answered by other members. Okay. My reporting time is, my daughter's reporting time is 11:40. Okay. This regarding this 4 pages printout, no, like we don't need a 4-page printout.
2 pages are compulsory to carry, but I would suggest you to take all the 4 pages, but 2 pages are compulsory to carry. The first 2 pages are compulsory. Second 2 pages are only advisory, basically. There is no sign, there is nothing. Okay, even if you do not carry, it doesn't matter. But let's take it, why to, but first 2 pages are compulsory, yes.
Okay, can we staple all the pages?
Yes, we can staple all the pages, no problem.
Okay, there is no restriction on that, right?
Yeah, even if they update, if they say to remove 2 pages, you remove it and put it out. That's it.
No, especially the first and second page. Can we staple?
Yes, we need to staple. First and second page is what we need to staple.
Okay. So since the reporting time is 11:40, okay. Actually, for our traveling itself, 2 hours it will take. Okay. So we'll be leaving at 9:30, something like that. But having a heavy breakfast at 9:30 until 5:20, right? After reporting time, there is no
my
way
suggestion is before you enter into exam, have something, have something in car or outside something and go inside. See, these all problems are very practical, where people they need to stay in longer time for the exam hall and they will feel hungry in afternoon time when the exam starts. So we need to manage such a way. For example, tomorrow your daughter can practice this, where she can do some fasting during some afternoon time and have something heavy. So, at least you do some practice in Monday in advance, right?
No, before exam means before 11:40, you are saying.
Yeah, before 11. Once you go inside, then nothing. Then you cannot eat anything. Inside nothing.
Okay, after 11:40, nothing can be done.
No. Once you go inside, nothing.
Okay. No, I was thinking in between 11:40 to 1:30, some anything is possible.
No, she cannot come out.
Okay. Fine, sir. Thank you.
So, yeah, I'll take 1, 2, 3 more. Aditi Devi Prasad.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Yes, sir. I had 2 questions. Should we paste photos on both admit cards?
Yes. Keep ready both the admit card, both the copies. Put the photos of this. So it is, for example, something goes wrong for one, you can use the second one.
Okay, sir. And another question is, can we paste postcard horizontally as there is no space?
No. You need to put like this on the straight vertical.
Okay, sir. So can we cut it?
No. Put the full photo. Do not cut it. Pull the full.
There is no space. It will cover all the information.
You put it on somewhat top. Doesn't matter. put it full.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Basavraj, Mr. Basavraj Halgali. Basavraj Halgali.
Sir, this is regarding the thumb impression. You said, right, it has to be done at home before going there.
Yes, sir.
But most of the household do not have any ink pad. So,
ink pads, you can go to the stationery shop and you can buy it, sir. Because we do not know whether at the exam center they'll be giving this facility or not, right? If not, then and they will check that before you enter in the exam center. They'll check that. So you go to stationery, buy that, and put it, sir.
Okay. And I think you answered the second question, because the postcard, it doesn't fit in the original copy or the first download. But you said they have revised it.
Yes.
So we'll have to get it.
Download the new copy. There you can put it, sir.
Okay. And it should be on A4 size only, right? Not letterhead. Letter size.
A4 size.
A4 size. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rohan Gunjal. Rohan Gunjal. I'll take from down. Okay. Mr. Ramakrishna. Mr. Ramakrishna.
Hello, sir.
Hi, sir. Hi.
Yeah. Actually, I have some issue on the card, the ID card, right? Because my name is there is no space in the ID card, but in my ID card passport, which my daughter is taking, it has a space in the name.
It should not be issue. Space, some things should not be very serious, but especially your name should not be issue.
Okay. So we don't need to inform this one.
No. So in admit card, there is space, and your
no. Admit card, there is no space.
And your daughter's ID card, there is space.
Yeah. For example, Ramakrishna, right? Ramakrishna, there is no space here.
No problem. That is not a big deal.
But in the ID passport, he has Rama space Krishna space ready. That's what I was trying to.
No, should not be issue. Sir.
Okay. I think that was my question. I think other things we followed.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Vinit S. Naik.
Hello, sir. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for the very informative session, sir. That helped a lot. And a couple of questions were there. I think most of the I think I answered. One last question from my side. So the ID card of the student, it has to be ID card of the student, not for the including the parents also. He has to take.
Student's ID card. Student's ID card only, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
The ID card is used for the checking the identity if the same person is coming for the exam or not. So student's ID card only. Parents' ID card doesn't matter.
Sure. Okay. Thank you very much,
sir. Last question, I will take it. One last question, then okay. So Debasis Basak. Yes, sir. Debasis, sir. Debasis Basak, sir, you can unmute yourself.
Okay.
Hello.
Sir, okay. I have only simple question. All the questions are answered already.
Yes,
my son got the time at 12:20. Okay. So, but going through all the discussion, I understand that there could be a crowd, although he is having little late. Is it advisable he can reach little early?
No, not an issue. Even if you want to reach somewhat earlier, but entry, they will not allow you to do entry before the time. So
only at 12:20 only he can enter.
Only 12. They will not allow you to enter before the time. So time is what on the same time only. After that only they'll allow you to enter.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
So I think this webinar helped you a lot in understanding the basic small points. Maybe this webinar gave you the small tips and techniques, but we have seen because of the small tips and techniques, small points, many students, they have lost the entire year because they were not able to follow these rules and this regulation, and they made the mistake in the exam on the day of exam. I hope whatever points was explained by medical mentor to you, all this will be very helpful for you in writing the exam. And I wish all the good luck to each and every students, those who have attended this webinar for your NEET exam. I'm sure you will score very good marks. I'm sure you're going to become a doctor. in next 1 or 2 months time, you're going to get your dream medical college. You're going to get into dream medical college. And I would like to see you all on 24th July at Bangalore Medical College for this mega event. This event is the first of a kind in India, where there was no such kind of event only for the medical aspirants. So Medical Mentor has taken that initiative where we are getting some of the top doctors from the country, from the different parts of the country, and these doctors are going to guide you about how to select the right medical college, basically how the life is there, how to prepare for what all activities you need to do during your MBBS, and what will be your career, how will be your career after the MBBS. So take benefit of this event. Come and join us on 24th July, Sunday at morning 10 a.m. We'll see you there. Thank you all.